Hello, everybody. It is me, Andrew, and I am filming this on Christmas Day. So, if you're watching this the day of Christmas, then happy holidays to you, whatever holiday that you are celebrating. Or if you don't celebrate any holidays, I hope that you are doing amazing and that even just the spirit of everything going on has touched you in some way, shape, or form. The reason I'm making this video on Christmas Day is because I got a tarot deck for Christmas and I really want to play with it, but I have to make a video about it first because I want to show you guys the cards, or at least some of the cards, and I want to be able to share it with you guys. So the deck is the Mystical Manga Tarot, and it just says Ran. I'll see if I can find out who that is, maybe in the back of the guidebook or something. But the text is by Barbara Moore, so I'm guessing Ran is going to be the artist of the deck. So it was a bit of a funny story. So I've never really been drawn to like manga style tarot decks, not for any particular reason. Like I didn't like the artwork, but pretty much because I just never really never really came into my realm of vision, I guess, to be like, oh my god, I have to have this. So it's been just never been something that I've looked into owning. I will say my favorite like manga anime kind of thing is Sailor Moon. I watched Sailor Moon all the time when I was little, and I just absolutely in love with it. But so I saw this one in Barnes & Noble, and I told my boyfriend I really wanted it, and I told him a lot that I really wanted it, and so it was no surprise when I got it, and it was under the tree, and I was like, yes, like, I've got it, I'm super excited about it, la 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 la. But what really drew me to it was the box. So Llewellyn has changed their packaging, and they've done an amazing job. Because they probably heard enough of my videos where I was really mad about the packaging, that they changed it. I don't think it's just all because of me. But the box is a magnetic clasp, which is pretty much what I think. I haven't seen a Llewellyn deck recently that doesn't have this. If there is one that doesn't, they're probably in the process of redoing the box. But it's an amazing box. I'm so excited. And then inside you have a special place for the cards. You have a nice little design right here, and you have the little pull string to get the cards out. And I'm filming this on my phone, so sometimes I'm looking at the screen and it looks like I'm looking away, so I'll have to redirect my attention back to the camera. So if I look away, that's probably like what it is, because I'm actually looking at myself on the screen and looking at what I'm doing. So the back of this says, immerse yourself in the mystical energy and adventurous nature of manga, capturing the beautiful style and spirit of Japanese graphic novels. Mystical Manga Tarot encourages you to step boldly onto the road of adventure and discover what mystical opportunities lie ahead. Rand's exclusive artwork, so I guess it's just Rand. Rand's exquisite artwork brings each character to life, and they offer you the guidance needed to navigate the pages of your story. This fun, easy-to-use deck is based on the Rider-Waite system and comes with a helpful guidebook by Barbara Moore. Whether you're a tarot enthusiast, manga fan, or both, Mystical Manga Tarot will delight your mind and speak to your soul. So, what really made me want this deck, because I just picked it up and looked at the back, is the picture of the Death card on the back and the Ace of Wands. I saw those two and I was like, yep, I have to have this deck. So we're going to look at the guidebook really quick. The guidebook is beautiful. It has a matte cover. It's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. The Fool is on the front, and it's a pretty decent sized guidebook too. But something that I really, really, really like about it is that it's in full color. Like, you get a full color representation of the card. So whether it's Major Arcana or Minor Arcana, you notice the Major Arcana, which is pretty standard in guidebooks, gets a full page with a lot of information over here. And then the Minor Arcana gets half a page with the description and stuff below. So the guidebook actually has so with the Major Arcana, it has that little bit of a story. It has the divinatory meaning, the advice of the card. So what the card means in divination, advice that the card is giving you. And it has reversed meaning. So because I'll show you the backing of the cards, this deck, you can use reversals if you decide to do that. And it's super cool because it has it for every card. So you have a divinatory meaning, a advice, and then you have the reversed meaning of it. In the appendix, you have further resources to study tarot. You also have the Fool's Journey. So Appendix B is the Fool's Journey. So it takes you through each card in the Major Arcana as a Fool's Journey, and you have notes, a notes section in the back. You also, in the front, you do get some spreads, how to do a reading with samples. So you get, you know, a bunch of really, they're gorgeous spreads, actually. I'm really intrigued by these. So how to do a reading, glossary, and oh, this is really cool. So it says, how does tarot work? Will cards show if someone is going to die? If the cards show an outcome I don't like, what can I do? Are tarot cards evil? The answer is nope. They are cardstock with images printed on them. Exactly. So I'm in love with this guidebook. I think it's awesome that they made it full color. They did not have to do that. So I'm really just very happy at the quality of this guidebook. And I'm also going to say that the cardstock has gotten a little bit better as well. I remember there was a deck, the first edition of the Mystical Cats Tarot, I believe. The cardstock was very, very thin, and I did tweet Llewellyn and asked them if they were going to upgrade the cardstock, and they said that they were. I'm just not sure when they're going to do that. So with that being said, let's look at the cards. I'm not going to show you all the cards for the sake of time, but I'm going to show you the ones that have really had an impact on me just looking at them, because I've looked at the deck a few times. This is the backing of the cards. So upright, reverse. If you read reversals, you can use that. Let me get the Major Arcana out. Okay. So the borders of the deck are gorgeous. You have the moons, you have the number of the card, the title of the card, and you have a really big representation. I like that the borders on this deck are not just stark white. They actually go out, the designs go out into the borders from the card. I really like that. It brings it in, makes it really cohesive. So this is the Fool card. I probably will show you guys most of the Major Arcana. Let me see where I can put this at. I'll put the guidebook. Put it right there. So we have the Magician, which I am in love with. I think the Magician here is amazing. The High Priestess, who is on the cover of the box. The Empress. If I can get it to focus a little bit. There we go. You can see the Empress a little bit more. The Emperor. The Hierophant. One thing I like about this deck is that it is Rider-Waite Smith based, so I'm going to talk as I show you guys the cards because you guys can, look at it and read and see what they are. Love this one. It's Rider-Waite Smith based, so you don't have that, you don't really have to learn a new system. I also feel like if you are a beginner, I love this friend card, it's one of my favorites. I feel like if you're a beginner, then you could pick this deck up and begin to use it pretty easily, as long as you have some familiarity. And even if you don't, the guidebook is an amazing resource. I'm really impressed with this guidebook. The Hanged Man, and his leg is crossed. It's just crossed behind the border. This Death card, I love it so much. Temperance, and we have the Devil. We also have the Tower, which I really, really like in this deck as well. The Star. And we have the Moon. You can probably hear the TV going in the living room because Matt's watching Star Trek or something as I'm doing this. So this is the moon. So I like this card because it's almost like the secrets are rising up, and they're kind of rising up for you to meet them. You have the Sun card. Probably one of my favorite renditions of the Sun card, I think. And you have the Judgment. Now, the Judgment card, I will say, in most decks, I do not like when it's based on Rider-Waite-Smith because it's just like these people rising up out of the ground. However, I will say there's one part of this card that really struck me. And that's that she is not just ascending out. Her knee, she's like getting out of it herself. So what I'm really getting from this Judgment card is that it is this knowledge, it's this power that causes you to rise from a state of being quote unquote dead spiritually to rising up. But rising up requires effort. And this knowledge and this call to something greater is always going to be there, but you have to make the initiative to move from the place where you're at. And that's what I really, really like about this card. And then we have the World, which is gorgeous. So there are a few cards that I'm going to show you in the minor arcana that I just absolutely adore. So the Ace of Wands. I like this because the Ace of Wands normally is that card that is a spark of divine creativity, a divine spark of whatever, like passion or whatever. But I really like because there's a bunch of fire in this, and it seems like in her eyes there is this glimmer of passion and of like a beginning something new. Like I love it so much. She's determined is the word. So she received that divine spark, that divine fire, and she's moving forward from it. I will say on the Three of Wands, I do wish there were ships in this particular card. I feel like that's a pretty standard feature that could have been put in there, but that's fine. I actually love the Seven of Wands in this deck. The Queen of Wands, I wish you had a black cat, but that's fine. The Ace of Cups, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Two of Cups. The Five of Cups and Six of Cups are all really similar. I do love the Eight of Cups. And the Nine of Cups, I actually really like because it's a younger person on the deck. It's not this like really fat old guy. And then the Ten of Cups, with the rainbow as the cups in the sky. I'm trying to get it to focus. Yeah, so it's super cool. The Queen of Cups I really, really like, as well as the King. So here we're going to have the Ace of Swords, the aces are gorgeous in this deck, so like nice job. Two of Swords. The swords have become a really interesting suit for me. I think there's probably a lot more to it than this, but I've really been drawn to the suit of Swords as being a really, people sometimes dread the suit of Swords, and I actually have come to really like it. The Three of Swords. The Four. The Six of Swords. I like how in this one, it's not a man that's on the boat, like paddling the boat. It's a woman. And she's like, I got this myself. The Eight of Swords, I really like. This thing is really pretty. The Nine of Swords, I like. I also like in the Nine of Swords how the monster, the demon, is behind the sword, so there's really no threat. He cannot get to you, but sometimes it seems like they can. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is still beautiful for the Ten of Swords. So we have Page, Knight, the Queen, and King. So the Ace of Coins is not pentacles in this deck, it is coins. Love the ace. It's gorgeous. That cornucopia, that abundance. The 2. I love this 3 of Pentacles. I also love in this deck, you're going to see, I'm going to show you some Pentacles cards. And they all have the Pentacles on them, because some decks they like to just have the image of just the Pentacles. This has them all, and it's really in depth. So the 4, the 5, the 6 of Pentacles is gorgeous. I'm in love with the 7 of Pentacles, like the fruits of your labor. 8. This 9 of Pentacles reminds me of Archangel Haniel. And the 10 of Pentacles. So the Knight and the Queen, and then we're going to look at the King. So that was the walkthrough of the Mystical Manga Tarot. I'm super in love with it. Right now it has like an 8 out of 10. The only reason it doesn't have a 10 is because I wish I would have seen those ships on the 3 of Wands. I really wish I would have seen that. I'm going to draw a card for all of us, and I'm drawing this card with the intention that whoever watches it, whenever they watch it, are going to resonate with it. So we have the 7 of Cups. Let's see if we can get the focus a little bit more. So 7 of Cups. So let's see what the guidebook says. You are blessed with lots of choices, which can sometimes feel like a curse because you can't have them all. Some of the options are realistic, achievable ones. Others are imaginary possibilities, fantasies that are less likely to manifest. Still, others may be fears that lead down an unhappy, unfulfilling path. All the alternatives tug at your heart in some way, making the decision even more difficult. Step back and get a larger view. Bring in some logic and rational analysis to give some perspective to your emotional responses. So what this card is saying is to not let your emotions get the best of you when you have to make choices. Pay attention to your emotions, but pay attention to logic too. And realize that sometimes what you want to do isn't what you need to do. And sometimes what you need to do isn't what you want to do. So I hope that you loved this video. If you would like to work with me, you can do so at the link below. I look very forward to a wonderful year with all of you, and since this is probably my last video of 2017, I want to say thank you for all of your love and support. It has truly meant the world to me, and you guys are the reason why I can do what I love to do and be able to really help people. So I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. I'm sending you brightest blessings for 2018. Bye.